Welcome back to 500 Days, Strive to Survive. We are on day 85. So today, I want to head over to Forlorn Muskeg and repair the transmitter and forge. What I need more than anything right now is more arrows. I only have, well, not too badly off. I'm a little tired today. Not too badly off. I have 6, but I plan on fighting the cougar, so I want more. The last time I gathered everything that I need to go over there, the problem is I only have... Well, I have plenty of wires, but I'm going to need 3 replacement fuses. And there are probably replacement fuses at the tower. But there might not be. There might not be. And I'll need, I believe, 3 of those. So even if there are fuses, it's very likely there's only 1 or 2. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set everything up outside, ready to load in the travois. I'm not going to load it up yet. And then I want to see... Strange that going through my menu caused me to regrip my bow. I've never noticed that. I want to see if I've left fuses anywhere else nearby. I left a ton at Broken Railroad. I should have taken those. I'm a little surprised that I didn't. Let's see. Mountain Town. It looks like I checked out Milton House picnic area. I may not have went to the farm. I'm not sure. I could also try the dam here, but I suspect I've already checked it out completely. So let's see. First, let's put this away. It is blizzarding out, so I don't want to take the long journey through Forlorn Muskeg right now anyway. Oh, it's not a blizzard. It's actually quite nice. It sounded really windy, but I guess it's totally fine. Okay, let me drop some stuff. I'll pick this up again in a little bit. Getting my bearings. Okay, let's drop all of this. And a rabbit's getting killed somewhere. Drop these. What do I have that's so heavy other than meat? I have water. Oh, I have the hammer. We can drop that. I'm just going to leave it all out here so I don't get it confused with my normal stuff. Yeah, we have a lot of coal. We'll drop most of that. We'll take just a couple of those with us wherever it is we're going next. And great. Let me check one last double check in here to see if there's not fuses somewhere. I feel like there have to be fuses somewhere. How's this going? 57% cured. Nice. Okay, we got 2 batteries here. Bring 1 with us. Or actually, we'll bring both with us. Because we'll probably go to Mountain Town from Forlorn Muskeg. And that's one option, is once we forge, we could just head to Mountain Town instead of to Bleak Inlet and look for fuses in Mountain Town. I'm very, very surprised that there are no fuses here. I'm also surprised I didn't bring them from Broken Railroad, but I guess I could just watch that back and probably see me not bringing it. Get rid of that fat eventually. Nothing up here. I think all my clothes and all that stuff's ready for the trip. I did all that last time, right? This could use a repair. Yeah, the rest of it's all good. I could repair that, but I'll just bring a little bit of cloth. Yeah, that's fine. I know I already checked these containers, so I guess I don't have any fuses. Okay, I think we're going to go to Forlorn Muskeg anyway, and I'm thinking we might go right now. I mean, the weather's okay. Let's see how cold it is. I'll need to grab those batteries. Yeah, it's okay. Although, it looks like it's picking up a little. Alright, let's grab those batteries, bring them out here. Yeah, I can't even move. Okay, so let's just drop one of them. And now it doesn't matter if I can move. I can still use the door. And I'll have to drop that again. The meat that's curing is specifically for... Oh, that's the flag. I thought it was an animal. The meat that's curing is specifically for my trip back to the far territory. I'd love to get a bear. Well... I could try the dam. I don't think I actually fully looted the dam. So let's head over to the dam. It's not far. We'll check for some fuses. Because the last thing I really want to do is rush. You know, we're only on day 85. This is a 500-day playthrough. So the last thing I want to do is rush and then end up kicking myself for it later when I can't actually do what I've set out to do. I hear ptarmigan, but I think they're probably at the top of the ridge. Not easily grabbable from where I am. Now I'll check the journal as well. I think that I forged in Forlorn Muskeg in this run. I've done one forge trip. I'm about to do my second. But that might not be the case. I may have forged over in Desolation Point. Did I just see the bear over there? Nope. That's just a fishing hut. So I've probably collected a bunch of the cattails and whatnot in Forlorn Muskeg, but there's going to be more. There are tons of cattails there. I'm not worried about food while we forge. I also have a bunch of meat on me right now, and I'll be able to hunt. There are tons of wolves by the old Spence family homestead over in Forlorn Muskeg. And there are deer too. And there's a couple of bear spots there, and I know at least one of them is active, the one near Poacher's Camp. Because I saw that one on the way back to Mystery Lake, and I made note of it in my journal. So we should be fine for food while we're there. That's not a problem. It is kind of comfortable just marching around in Mystery Lake. I mean, I've said this before, this is one of the easier maps. There's, of course, some areas where it's easy to get lost, but for the most part, relatively straightforward. Everything is basically a path. You just have to look for... You have to know what you're looking for, but everything's pretty much laid out. I don't need that rabbit. I have tons of guts. I have tons of food. I just don't need it. I think I have 4 large pieces of bear with me right now. Yeah. Totally fine. I do think it's a little bit strong that at level 5 cooking you can 0% food with no risk of food poisoning. I kind of think that, you know, maybe so long as you're above 1%, so long as you're above 0, you know, 1 or higher. I think it might make some sense to not take food poisoning, I guess. But I think that once you hit 0, there should be a risk of food poison again, even if not a risk of something like parasites. And that's just because the way it is... Yeah, just fat. The way it is, you can leave all your food to rot until 0% and then cook it. and then bring that up to 50%. Cooking it raises it by 50%. And then you can just let it rot on the ground. You can leave it in Mountain Town at that little office by the park area, the climbing area. You just leave it there, come back 300 days later, and have perfectly good food to eat. And that seems a little silly to me. But I don't know, I guess that's part of what it is to establish a base in this game. I know Misery changed that up a little. I'm interested in playing Misery. The thing is, I'm not going to be brilliant at Misery. I expect failure in Misery. I think I'm competent at this game. I enjoy Interloper. And I don't find it too difficult. I mean, it's appropriately challenging. Right? Interloper is challenging. But it's not too punishing for me in the way I like to enjoy games. Misery strikes me as really difficult, and I've barely played it. But for that reason, I don't know, maybe it'd be entertaining to play it and just suffer and suffer and suffer. And then we can learn together, maybe. I remember seeing a YouTuber a while back. I don't remember his name, but he had video titles like... Let me check these trailers too while I'm here. Video titles like A Complete Noob Tries to Survive Interloper, you know, part 57 or something. And the videos would vary in duration. You know, I think the shortest one I saw was like 10 minutes or something like that. And he would, you know, he'd play until he died. And that was pretty good fun for a little while. I might cut some more of these as well, because I'm going to need scrap metal when I go to the other towers. So let me just see. I have 26 scrap metal at the camp office. I plan on bringing that. But each tower requires 5. So I'll need 15. So that'll leave me with 11. And 11 will get me 22 arrows. I don't even want 22 arrows. So I think I'm fine. And I think I've also left scrap metal in other places, like in Mountain Town and stuff like that. And I'm sure there's more things to harvest, so I'm not going to do that. Anyway, it was good fun for a little while. And I'm sure, you know, other people, there are probably people who watch the entire series. That's cool. I could do something like that with Misery, but I don't know how much demand there is for something like that. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see me take a shot at Misery with the understanding that it's probably going to kick my ass. Okay, nothing in here. Let's check the other trailer, because I've left a bunch of stuff in there before. Part of me wants to take a little vacation to, whatever this is, the ravine, I think. No predators, just some deer, a nice warm cave. Okay, it looks like I probably didn't leave anything. Okay, let's check the dam. Like I said, I don't think I looted the dam completely, but I could be wrong. But that's fine. This just encourages me to keep better notes. You know, for anyone who's interested, just speaking of note-taking, I've been talking with my students about reading philosophy, because reading philosophy can be weird. It can be very different than reading a lot of other things. It's similar to other things as well, but it can be very different at times. And what I tell them is, and if you're interested in philosophy, let me know in the comments. I can make suggestions based on what you might be interested in. I tell them how to read philosophy is read it once and don't stop when you don't understand a sentence. Just make a note of it, you know, put an X in the margin, you know, or on your PDF or whatever. But don't get hung up on that, because there are going to be lots of claims that don't make any sense, and lots of claims that they might make sense, but you have no idea why the person is saying what they're saying. Get to the end, get a big picture view, and then you'll understand better what each of the claims are about. And then you can go through and make notes. You go through and you make notes on each paragraph, say what it's about. You go through, you make notes about the structure. What are they doing here? Are they summarizing? Are they defining something? Are they raising an objection? And then you understand the logic of the whole thing, right? You can understand what each cog is supposed to do, what each piece is supposed to do, when you see the entire machine. Anyway, I'm a little tired, but that's... Note-taking is crucial, because you can't rely on memory. If you rely on memory, especially with a long work, a whole book, or something like that, or a 500-day playthrough, things are just going to get lost. You're going to lose things. I may have looted this place dry. I may have. I'm sure I came in here for the safe. But did I miss anything? Let me try upstairs. Sometimes I leave the upstairs alone. And I will note it. Oh, hello. These have a fuse. Actually, let me also check these. Did these say they were empty? Because sometimes I leave stuff in the lockers. Those two specifically. Okay. Let's... Well, let's open this. I guess I didn't have a pry bar when I came in here, or I just missed that. And, let's check the bathroom, too. I know we grabbed some water when we were in here. I doubt there's anything else. Yeah. Alright, so sometimes I leave the upstairs, because when you're coming from... I also don't check down here sometimes. When you're coming from Pleasant Valley, sometimes you just want to get back. And looting this whole place can take a lot of time. Can be pitch black? Yeah, sure is. Okay. Go back up here. Seeing if anything is quote-unquote in those containers. Alright, let's see. Did I loot this? I did. Alright, so... no need to look at every single thing. I'm just going to check some of the lockers, see if any of them are locked. And just look around and see if I spot anything. Yeah, it looks like... What's in here? Okay. I doubt I would have left fuses in a drawer or something. Okay. Yeah, I'll take a book. It's been a while since I've been here. Okay, let's get out of here. I don't need to be using more fuel. I'll just feel my way around the environment. That's how I like to think of this kind of cheesy way of having night vision. I don't think there's anything under these, because you can't break them down or anything as far as I know. Maybe you can? Can you? No, you can't. Okay, so we're gonna go back, I think. Let's think about the next move real quick. So, what I could do is I could head into Mountain Town, probably find some fuses there, and I can repair the radio tower there. I don't have to start in Forlorn Muskeg. I don't have enough arrows to take down a cougar, but I don't need to. The only cougar I really need to fight, excuse me, is in Bleak Inlet. When you come through Forlorn Muskeg, you're let out somewhere around here in Bleak Inlet, and the bunker we need is like, I don't know, around here or something. And the cougar is just right on top of it. But I could go to Mountain Town, look for fuses there. I'll almost certainly have enough to repair the radio tower there. I could go back to Broken Railroad and just not haul a travois, and that would be fast, but I really don't want to do that. I was just there. I don't want to do that. And I could go into Pleasant Valley, and I'm sure there's stuff to be found in Pleasant Valley as well. Now, what do I actually need? I need scrap metal, which I'm sure I could find in Pleasant Valley. And I need wires, which I just dropped. I'm sure I could find some. And I need the batteries, which I left at the camp office. Although, no, I actually don't think I do. I'm pretty sure I left a battery. Yeah, Pleasant Valley Farmhouse Shed. There's a battery there. And maybe woodworking tools. There's also 2 fuses up at Signal Hill and a battery up at Signal Hill. So, really all I need is 5 scrap, which I'm sure I can find in Pleasant Valley. And some wires. I think I only need a few wires. I don't remember how many it is. That's not bad. Let's see what I actually did in Pleasant Valley. Here we go. See, I did the homestead, farmhouse. The outbuildings, Thompson's Crossing. Yeah, I mean, I did basically everything, all the major locations there. Wish you could click those. Let's see, Pleasant Valley. That's all I mapped. But I'm sure I did a lot there. Let's go to Forlorn Muskeg and Forge, because at least we'll accomplish something. And this might just be a non-problem. There might just be fuses there. There are also 2 towers at Forlorn Muskeg, so I don't know if fuses usually show up at the... One of them is the tower you need to repair for Signal Void. The other one is just a random tower. You don't... It's broken down, I believe. You normally find some fuses, some wires, and maybe a battery at... Let's go this way, why not? It's going to be a little bit longer, but we'll take a nice little walk. Have a change of scenery, and we might find some stuff on the way. Weather is really nice. -6, barely cold. So, you normally find some fuses, wires, maybe a battery, if you're lucky, at the repair towers. Oh, I don't have any fire-hardened arrows. Where's that ptarmigan? I don't need it anyway. Yeah, they're down there. Okay, so... Yeah, let's grab some acorns, why not? But I don't know if you find fuses, wires, and batteries, probably not batteries, at that broken tower or at other towers that are not part of Signal Void. I just don't know. I also don't remember there's some ptarmigan. Do I have a rock? It wouldn't be in that menu. I do. I don't know if I've been to the broken tower here. That's obviously not the broken one. Okay. So... And that's cougar country, right? Yeah, the destroyed lookout's over here. It looks like I have been there, and I probably mapped from there. The cougar's up in the corner. Back there. So in any case, I'll go to Forlorn Muskeg anyway. I'll forge. That'll at least accomplish something. Then I'll hope to find some fuses and repair that tower. But if I don't, I'll just head into Mountain Town and try to find some fuses there. Kind of kicking myself for not bringing the fuses from Broken Railroad. I'm sure I talked about it in an earlier episode, and then I just forgot when it came time to leave. Or I didn't. I'm overlooking something else. I noticed something really cool that I did not know recently. So, can't get in there. I was watching a video from Zachnifine. Getting a little colder now. That's okay. Any cold damage we take, we'll just heal overnight before we head to Forlorn Muskeg. Anyway, I was watching a video from Zachnifine, one of his new Interloper videos, his Road to 500 Days. And the fire-hardened arrows normally don't hurt wolves, or bear, or moose, or deer. They're really just for small game. I think they can sort of startle a wolf, kind of like a stone can. But I think that's it. And that's all you can expect. Maybe not even that. And this is one of the reasons why I make sure, just like you always want to reload your distress pistol before putting it away, you always want to switch back to your simple arrows or your manufactured arrows before putting your bow away. Because if a wolf comes right at you, you want to have those arrows ready. Kind of like I do now. I lost track of that wolf that was over there. I think he's just on the other side of the tracks. I don't really want to kill him, but I will if I have to. But in a recent episode, he was fighting some timber wolves. And I don't know if it was on... Where did that wolf go? I don't know if it was on purpose or not. Did it despawn? What the heck? It must be behind those rocks over there, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. It's killing something. Got a rabbit or a bird. I don't know if it was on purpose, but he used fire-hardened arrows against timber wolves. And it does break timber wolf morale. It doesn't hurt them, but it does actually decrease their pack morale. If you don't know, and I don't think I've fought timber wolves in this playthrough yet, when you're fighting timber wolves, they have group morale, and they'll keep attacking you until you kill them all or break their morale. Typically, killing them all will break their morale. So arrows take out a big chunk, especially if you kill one. It takes out like a third of the morale meter, maybe a quarter. Something like that. But fire-hardened arrows actually do hurt their morale a little bit less. But still, that's a use for them. And I just hadn't realized that before. I don't know if that's common knowledge, but it was certainly a surprise to me. Let's eat some bear meat. And we'll drink a little water. We don't need to be tanking this damage right now. We're going to take a little damage from cold as is. So let's just only deal with what we have to deal with. I doubt I've harvested these acorns. Let's grab those. Still not entirely sure the exact process for using these. I know you can cook them. First you have to process them, I think. Like you have to prepare them. Then I think you boil them. And then you can eat those. And then I believe you can grind the boiled ones with a hammer and make a kind of acorn coffee ground. And then you can make acorn coffee. I think that's how it works. But I haven't actually made use of it simply because I haven't played a long enough playthrough. Like I said before, I usually get to 100 days and get bored. I don't think that's going to happen here because I'm aiming for 500. I have goals. I like recording and sharing it with you. But in the past, I usually restart before ever running out of normal coffee. So I simply haven't experimented with it. I know it's a minor coffee effect. I wonder if it still does the same effect as letting you, as normal coffee, where it'll let you climb a rope even if you're extremely fatigued. I bet it does. I'm not sure of all the effects that coffee has on climbing. This is beautiful. I love Camp Office a lot. And just this game. I've been looking at some of the screenshots, I'm sure many of you have, for Black Frost. And it's interesting how it doesn't look exactly the same as this. But it does have a striking similarity, but it's going to be beautiful in a slightly different way, I think. I bet you can get up here using a skillet or something. Okay, let's go inside, warm up. We can cook all that bear meat, all that wolf meat if we need to. Let's warm up. Maybe we'll gather some firewood tonight. I think we're a little bit low on firewood. And then we'll sleep, 8 hours or something. And get ready for the trip in the morning. Alright. So everything we need is outside. Don't need the woodworking tools. Can leave that here. Don't need this stuff. We'll get it later on our way back. Alright, I'll take a stone. Oh, we have cooked bear meat here too. Guess I just forgot about it while making the curing box. These are ruined. Okay. Alright. And these don't have very much oil in them. Okay. So we have this fire starting book, because I want fire starting 5. Bow is 55%. That should be fine for one cougar encounter. But we're going to have to make another one eventually. Ton of arrow shafts. Quality tools, because I wanted to make my arrows while I'm there at Forlorn Muskeg. Everything else I think we can pick up. And I made note of everything that we're going to need. So we'll have food, water, and the repaired trapdoor. That's all good. We have the hammer outside, coal and fuel. That's outside. We'll need to pick up some more sticks and stuff. We have tons of scrap. We have a bunch of arrow shafts, quality tools, feathers. I gotta double check that. We'll need some fuses, but I have everything else. And then, yeah, that's all good. I have all that stuff. So let me just check. Feathers? Yeah. I have some fuel. I'll need to get some more. So let's maybe drink a little water. We're already warmed up a bit. Oh, did I just see the laptop on down there, or was that a window? You getting an aurora? We are getting an aurora. Okay. Let's go outside for just a minute and gather some sticks and stuff. Because we could probably use some for the journey. We have enough coal to run the forge, but I would like to use some conventional fuel first, if possible, so I can preserve a little bit of that coal. There's usually sticks around here, and also limbs. About to get real beautiful. Doesn't help that I'm walking straight into the wind. And there's often a ton of sticks down there. I mean, you can find sticks wherever there are trees, but it seems to me that there are some hotspots where sticks spawn at a higher density than elsewhere. I don't have any data or testing to confirm that, but that's how it seems to me. I love this blue and green. It's gorgeous. Usually there's tons of sticks over here. I've also been noticing from a few updates ago, and again I don't know if it's always been like this, but from a few updates ago it seems like more often than before I'll walk somewhere, see no sticks, turn around, and they're right behind me, where I just was. So I'm hoping that's going to happen. So that's an Aurora wolf over there, and I do smell, and I don't want to deal with him. Let's just see. Yeah, it looks like we just have these branches. I don't want to take time to harvest those. Okay, unsuccessful foray. That's fine, I'm going to run a little bit. I don't mind the fatigue cost. You can get up here to go to the bunker and the cave that are above the lake cabins. Just climb right up. And then you walk along the rock ridge. I think I've done that in this playthrough before, so. If you came here from Survivor's Corner, by the way, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I know I got a few subscribers after that event with Kirk Steven and Jitwire. Again, really lovely being there. That's positively ghoulish. Where is it? There it is. I don't really want to fight it. And I'm not going to have to. Beautiful. All right. Let's process some acorns. This isn't active yet. It'll activate later. And I bet this will too. Yep, right now. So we've already read this, I think, but let me just... Oh, I guess not. It's a new buffer memory. What a time to be out here, Shari. I made the right decision. Observations are going well, and I hope to be done with research here on the southern end of the island by the end of the week. Locals tell me I should have through the end of the month before any weather starts getting in the way of my plans to head north. Tell Dr. Chase the data look promising with regards to his publication date. Great, cool. I'm shocked I didn't use that when I first talked to Sutherland with the radio. Now, I think there might be consequences for talking to Sutherland if you're not ready to trade. Okay, never mind. It's just nothing. It's just nothing. But I wanted to do it anyway, just to interact. You know, it gets lonely. Nice to have someone to talk to. Okay, well, while I have light, let me maybe do an hour of research on this. I don't think I'll be able to get 2 hours. Well, I might. Let's drink some water. See if we can finish this book before I get too tired. Great. Great. This is now Tinder, and I can drop it. Not Tinder, fuel. Okay, what else we got over here? Okay. We have Wilderness Kitchen. Yeah, I don't really care about any of these. I guess field dressing your kill, right? I always like to have one skill book with me, at least. No, I'm at 5. So I just need fire starting, I guess ice fishing, archery, and mending. It doesn't look like I have archery or mending. Okay, let me grab the frozen angler. I'm not going to read it right now, I'm just going to take it with me. Just wanted to make sure that that was already done. Okay. Great, let's see if I can make anything. Let's make one more of these, and then let's prepare some acorns. We're gonna get a little tired, a little thirsty, but it's okay. We're gonna go to bed pretty soon. Okay. We have some prepared acorns. Now, if I go... Where are the prepared acorns? Prepare the acorns to remove their leathery shell prior to cooking. So now I can cook these to boil them. Or these, rather. Shelled acorns must be cooked prior to eating or hammering. Must be cooked prior to eating or hammering into grounds for coffee. Versus must be cooked prior to eating or hammering. No, that makes no sense. The grammar doesn't work. Okay, yeah, it has to be cooked first. Okay, got it. So let's eat and sleep. And then pack everything up in the morning, assuming the weather's fine. And head over to Forlorn Muskeg, where we can at least craft. And let me check, by the way. Yeah, I still have plenty of whetstones. I'm not going to build a new one of these yet. I just don't need to. So it's really just for arrowheads. Let's sleep, well, let's say 10 hours. And it won't quite be morning, but that's okay. It's coldest in the morning. The coldest part of the day, anyway. So yeah, well, we're getting towards noon. It's going to be a little bit warmer. It's not going to be terrible. So long as the weather's decent. And you know what? Let's just repair this real quick. I mean, we have a little bit before it gets really warm. Let's give it a shot. Great. Okay. Let's head out. Gonna need to make water at some point, but I'll do that while I take one of these fir firewoods too. And some of these sticks, but we'll get more on the way. I don't remember what I was saying. It probably did not matter. Okay. 100% travois. We're going to load it with coal, wires, scrap metal, and batteries. It is very cold right now. You know what? Let's wait a minute. Let's pick this up, because if you leave it, you're going to have a bad time. There's a glitch. Let's go inside and wait a little bit longer. And then we'll head over to Forlorn Muskeg. Let's craft some more of these. Wait till about noon. And if it's really bad, if it's still bad at noon, that's fine. We'll go until we get cold. We'll make a fire. We'll heat up some teas. Do I have a bunch of teas? I have some teas. Not that many. Let's grab a little bit of tea as well, because we have some up here. So worst case scenario. Yeah, we're going to head out, even if it's really cold. We'll just start a fire. Probably at Poacher's Camp. And we'll heat up some teas. Let's take yeah, it's more than we need. More than we need. Let's go. Got our batteries, we got our hammer, we got our wires, we got our scrap, and anything else we want to toss in there? Yeah, let's toss the coal in there. We'll just take a couple with us. And let's toss most of these sticks in here. And a couple of these books. And I think that food in the travois smells less than food in your inventory. I don't actually think that. I'm not going to put that in there. It'll delete because it's a container. I have no idea. Oh, actually, let's drop it. Take out the bow. Now, if we get jumped, as soon as I hit H, drop the travois, the bow will come straight out. Alright, it's not too bad. We're already a little bit cold, but maybe we'll stop at Poacher's Camp if we need to. So I think the plan is to go up to the tower right away and just leave the heaviest stuff there. So we can just be done hauling it around. We do need to keep one battery with us because we'll be taking that to Mountain Town. We're not going to... Well, I don't know. Maybe we should go straight to Spence's. We're going to walk past the... You'll see. But basically, in Forlorn Muskeg, the route I'm going to take is... As soon as we get into Forlorn Muskeg, we're going to turn left, basically, as soon as we can. The tower's on the left, up a ridge. And I don't know if you can go up it. Maybe you can, but I don't know, so I'm just not going to. But to get to Spencer's Ridge, or Spence's family homestead, or whatever it is, we're going to head, let's call it map south, by taking that left, and we're going to go around the corner of the map, and then go along the bottom edge of the map, over to the bottom left side of the map, southwest. Map southwest. I don't know, the directions are weird in this game. And then, but at the bottom right, that's the entrance that lets use a slope that leads up to the ridge with the tower. So I can just leave all the batteries and stuff like that right there and not actually go up to the tower. And then head straight to Spence's. Right? And then when I'm done at Spence's, then I can go up to the tower. Because I don't want to repair the tower right away anyway. And just as a reminder, why I don't want to do that is because when you repair a tower, it guarantees an aurora that night. And I don't want to, one, have to wait for an aurora. Because the second night, it's not like you get auroras constantly until you go into the bunker or whatever. You need the radio to go into the bunker, you need an aurora to use the radio. It'll give you one guaranteed aurora. So you really want to be ready to go to the bunker when you repair that tower. But I still need to kill the cougar by the bunker. I'm going to need some time to do that. So the idea is to repair it early in the morning and then head straight to Bleak Inlet and deal with the cougar well before nightfall. And then go to the bunker, right? That's the idea. Okay, we're going to get a little cold. Maybe we'll start a fire in Poacher's Camp, I guess, or... You know what? I have a mag lens, right? Sure I do. Do I not have a mag lens? There's a guaranteed mag lens in Mystery Lake. How have I not gotten the guaranteed mag lens in Mystery Lake? Okay. That's crazy. It's wild that I don't have a mag lens. I have a lot of matches and a fire starter. So I'm going to start a fire just to heat up some teas and to get myself a little bit warm. And that way I won't need to stop at Poacher's Camp because it's a little bit out of the way. Not much, but a little bit. Okay, let's use... I do have a mag lens. Where's the mag lens? Did I just miss it? Okay. Stick. And we'll put in a coal or two. We don't need 13 coal to forge. I think you need 8. There's also a cave where we can get some coal nearby too, so it's not a big deal. I'll put in probably just 1 coal and some sticks. Okay. Yeah, that'll be fine. That's going to take us to 15 degrees. Something like that. Throw on a few sticks. And let's just drop these teas. Warm them up. I don't think we're really going to need them. But if we're going to warm up with this fire, we may as well heat up our teas. Nope. I don't like it watered down. Alright, so what can I do? Pass a little bit of time. I can prepare some acorns. And I can make some water too. That's... Oh, I don't have a pot. I left my pot over at the camp office. That's okay. I'm not really going to need it, I guess. And I think I left some over in Mountain Town too, so once I get there I'll be able to get some more. That's... Why can I do this anywhere? Oh, it's just making a large portion? Don't I still have shelled acorns? Did I put those away? Or not prepared acorns? Didn't I? I don't know. Okay, let's just wait till it's boiled then. That's not great. Well, I'm glad I have these hot teas, because I'm about to need them. Yup. Alright, let's take some torches, at least convert those into sticks. Only take some good ones. I only want good ones. It's fine, I guess. Okay, let's pick these up, throw some in a thermos. Looks like I will need that thermos. Let's put in... I guess we'll put in the reishi, and we'll just use the rose hips if we need to, and I doubt we'll need more than that. And let's take out the bow. All right. Hopefully that little stop didn't hurt us more than it helped. We'll probably have decent wind coverage for a lot of this trip, but not immediately. Getting some frame rate jankiness. Wonder why that is. I think the visual effects maybe are a little taxing. Yeah, so look at that. Only one arrow down right now because we have wind protection. So let's make sure to do that. This is a little nice though, because at least if it gets worse, there won't be predators. Unless they're already near me. They could be. The radio tower's right up there, by the way. Right above us. Looks like that's a maple or a birch or something down there. Let's get right up on this wall. And let's drink something while it's hot, too. Let's drink one of these rose hips. Probably unnecessary, but I'm a pretty risk-averse person. So, we're just going to do it. Now, what we'll probably do is stop in the cave to Bleak Inlet, because that's going to be on the way. And we can wait out the bad weather there. No problem. Can I get some wind protection, please? Thank you. The symbol on the top takes a little while to show up, but it shows up on the bottom first. Right away, you'll see that you're taking less, that you're less cold. but it'll take a second to reflect on the top. Okay, we're going to go this way. We're really taking a kind of long route here. Because I wanted that protection. That wind protection. Can I get some protection over here? Still reach this? Nah, just barely can. Fine. Keep going. We'll drink that other rosehip in a minute if we need to, but I don't really think we need to. We're not really in danger. He says. Famous last words. I'm a little concerned about taking the travois over the fragile ice, but we'll do what we need to do. Could have brought crampons for this too. Helps. But I don't think it's going to be necessary. Alright. We'll go around this major obstacle in the path. A small shrub. More maple over there, it looks like. On the right. Yeah. So down there and on the left, that's where the slope up is. And then there's going to be a cave along that wall heading towards Spence's farm. Let's see the best way to do this. I bet I can just cut right across here. This is a little dangerous with the travois because I'm slower, right? Yeah, I'm not confident in getting across that. So let's go this way, maybe. And let's drop this and drink that other... Oh, it's already cold. Okay. Let's take one of these out and drink it. I also see a wolf over there. That's just something to keep in mind. We do smell a little. Not super terrible, but we do smell a little. There is going to be, I think, at least one other sketchy spot for bringing this travois. So we got to be conscious of that. That'll be closer to the family homestead. The one benefit of this ice is that, as far as I know, wildlife won't cross it. Like, that wolf won't just make a beeline. Well, it will make a beeline. It won't make a straight line at me. It'll have to beeline. It'll have to avoid the risky ice. Come on. You can do it. There you go. So I'm going this way because I want to leave the heaviest stuff over here. And speed up our trip a little bit. All right. Let's go a little bit farther. This is the slope up. And we'll just put it right on that path, cutting this way. We'll also drink that other reishi tea. Not a big deal. We're not going to lose a lot of health, but I think it's fun to use your stuff. Yeah, see, that's the slope right there to the left. So we're gonna stop right here for a second. Put it right up here. That's 2 batteries. We need the hammer. We need most of that. I guess that's it. We're just going to drop the 2 batteries, but that's the bulk of it. That's 30 pounds. The rest of it is just 15. Let's go to our thermos, pull this out, and drink it. We should move considerably faster now. That'll also help with the ice. Yeah, that's quite a bit better. Now that wolf is around here, so let me just make sure I have the bow out. I do. Keep going. And when we get to Spence's, I'll make a note that I left, or if we stop at the cave, I'll make a note that I left that stuff here, just to make sure I don't forget it, even though my plan is to come right back, basically, as soon as I'm done making some arrows. Yeah, the wind protection isn't great anymore, but it's fine. We're going to find that cave in just a minute. It's right around the corner. I think it's right here. Do I even want to wait in the cave? No, I think I'm just going to push on, actually. Let me harvest these. Now we will probably go to the bunker above the forge. Tons of reishi out here. We'll harvest this when the weather's a little bit better. Because the bunker above the forge is warm. We can sleep in there with no fire, and it'll be just fine. Whereas the forge, we really need to light the forge if we want to be staying there. Yeah, so right around that corner, right there. That's going to be a tough spot for the travois. Oh, that's the cave. What cave was I looking at before? I don't know. One of these is the Bleak Inlet cave. The other one might just be a regular cave. You know what? Let's stop in here. Because now I want information. And I can gather some sticks too. And some of that reishi. Maybe some cattails too. Yeah. Cool, regular cave. Nice. Nice and warm in here. I'm not going through any screen transitions, so I think I can just leave the travois. I hope. Okay, so here's the shortwave tower. I've been there before, I guess, and I didn't note anything about fuses or anything. Here's the other tower. Guess I've been there too. The entrance to Mystery Lake is over here. Down here is that slope where I left everything. I'll make a note of that in a second. And then down here is the cave to Bleak Inlet. And then we're like right around here. And the Spence family homestead is like here. And the bunker's up here. So let's make a note real fast. Forlorn muskeg. Yeah. Well, let's go to batteries. By slope to signal tower, and let's just call it the southeast signal tower, or let's call it the eastern signal tower. It's not actually east. The sun is gonna... Well, it might be. I don't know how it works on this map, but the directions aren't consistent across different maps. Alright, let's go out here and grab some sticks. Use a third stone, why not? Harvest some reishi if need be. If I see any cattails nearby, I'll grab them, but I don't think there's any nearby. You're gonna have to venture out a little bit. It almost doesn't look so bad when you're looking straight into it. But it's snowing sideways. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get the travel up that. And if I go around, that is a risky patch of ice there. And it's deceptive because it's around a corner, so it looks short. But you have to go around that rock. And it can actually be pretty dangerous. So I think I might go up and around instead. But we'll see. Thought I heard ptarmigan. Wouldn't mind a ptarmigan now. Could eat it. I would take a ptarmigan. Let's grab that stick on our way back. We're gonna take a little cold damage. That's totally okay. We'll harvest this. I've been experimenting with my field of vision. I like a relatively high field of vision because I just like to see more. But sometimes it means it sort of tricks me when it comes to aiming. Breaks my habits up. Let me know in the comments how you like to set your field of vision in this game. Because I know I've seen some people on YouTube who have a pretty narrow field of vision. I think by default it's like 60 or something. But I've seen some people who use, you know, in the 80s or in the 70s. I think mine is like 90 or something. It might even be 100. And I wonder if you have any thoughts on, you know, why do you use it? Why do you use what you use? Do you think there's some sort of advantage to different ones? I'm just genuinely curious. Okay. Nice and warm, got a bunch of sticks. Probably not going to make a fire, might read a little. So let's actually take a look at my display. Field of vision is 94. Probably because it wasn't easy to select 95. Pretty high. Okay, can I do anything productive with this time? Yeah, I can prep some reishi. Let's not do too much. Let's do a half an hour. Just in case the weather lets up, I'll want to just go, you know? Let's eat a little bit. Oh, that was a small one. Alright, that's fine. Oh, these are small too. Okay, well then I have less food than I thought, but that's okay. Like I said, there's plenty of food here. I do have cattails, I have crackers, I have broth. It's fine. Let's put this back away though. Yeah, I'll probably need to collect some cattails. And let's make another mushroom. Okay, well I'm warm. Weather's still bad. Looks like it's actually worse. And of course it's later in the day, so it's probably colder, but while we're kinda warm, let's step outside and gather anything else that might be useful to us in the immediate vicinity. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on this frame rate thing. Let me know if you've been having issues too, and if you think you know why I'm having those issues. I think it's the advanced visual effects. which I actually am pretty mixed on. Like, there are weird ambient effects. I guess I shouldn't sprint, because I don't have that much food. There are ambient effects, like snow will gently flow off of a trailer roof in the wind. That looks awesome. It's great. It's subtle, but the first time I saw some of those things, I did a double take. I was like, oh, that's breathtaking, and is that new? But there's some things I don't love about the visual updates, and I wonder if I'm alone in that. I mean, I'm sure I'm not, but I wonder how widespread the view is. Yeah, it looks like there's not really much over here for me to harvest. I think that they do this blending effect. I don't see any of it right now. I wonder if I actually turned it off. They do a blending effect on... Here, you can see it on these stumps, actually, I think. But I think it's more striking on like metallic surfaces and manufactured surfaces, where the snow sort of creeps up on things. I'm not sure if that's what I'm talking about. If I see when I see a manufactured thing, like a trailer or something, then I'll point it out. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of blurry. And I guess it's to establish some continuity between the snow and like the actual stuff in the environment. But I don't know, I just think it looks fuzzy and messy. I'll point it out when I find it. I don't love it. Okay, let's take a second here. 22 degrees in here, by the way. If we go to visuals and we go to advanced, right? We have additional structures, additional shadows. Those are all off. Terrain blending. Blends snow into the environment objects more seamlessly. That. So I have the setting off right now. But I don't like that. Let's reduce this a little bit. See if that'll help with our performance. I'm not going to troubleshoot too much right now. I'm just gonna see. Okay, well, still light out. So drop all that. Weird that these didn't drop. I guess these just don't smell. Once we warm up, we could go over there. I just don't love the idea of being on the fragile ice. Yes. Well, since it's light out, let's do something that requires light. Let's read a little bit of this ice fishing book. Oh, okay, that's it. It's dark out, but it sounds like it's warmer. Well, it sounds like the blizzard has stopped at least, right? Nah, this is not warmer. No. Nah, that's just as bad as before. Okay. We'll spend the night. Let's see, is there anything else we can do? We're not going to get a whole another hour of reading done. Yeah, let's prepare some more mushrooms. Okay. I got that sprain wrist because I was tired. And I cured the sprain wrist because I got rid of the reishi. And then I got the sprain wrist again because I was more tired. Yeah, let's craft one of these, I guess, 1 minute. Just, I don't know what the difference is. And it kind of seems like it's the same exact thing, right? I just have a small portions and a large portion. Could start a fire. Don't really need to. Although I kind of would like to make some fire-hardened arrows. Nah, I don't want to use the crow feathers right now. Yeah, all this stuff is great. You know, I hate to just pass time unproductively in this game. Even though it's one of my favorite things to do in real life. But I don't really think there's much for us to do. Could just make a bunch of reishi, but I just don't need to. Let's eat and go to bed. And I think we'll be totally fine. Yeah, I'm 20 degrees right now. Even if a blizzard happens, I don't think I'm going to get cold in here. That gives me 7 degrees. Yeah, I'm going to be fine. I'm actually not going to be able to sleep enough. Not that tired. Yeah, a little bit of a blizzard in the middle of the night. Okay, well, sun's coming out in a minute. Let's drink a little water. Can I sleep another hour? I can't. Let's just pass a little time. Pass 2 hours and sleep 1 hour. Yeah, sounds pretty good. Looks pretty good. It's going to be cold as hell. It's morning, but what I really want is a little bit better visibility because I kind of want to go around. I have to turn this thing around. It's ridiculous. I kind of want to... I gotta pull my bow out first. Better late than never. I kind of want to take the long way around a little bit because I just think with the trap wall I'm going to fall through the ice. But let's see. See what we're working with. Oh, did I, Yeah, good, I still have my meat. Okay. Weird little visual switch there. Do we got good weather crows or dead animal crows? Nah, man, I think I've established that you can't go up and around in the past, but let's try. But I think the trap wall is going to be the problem here. I just don't think it's going to happen. Can I go up and around? Were some of you yelling in the comments or yelling in your own heads? You can go up and around. Okay, just an ankle. Doesn't stop me from using a bow. Well, I can go up. Can I get back down? Oh, I think I can. Okay, so that was just a total non-problem. Okay, wolf over there. He's not going to be an issue. We're just going to bypass him. We're going to go to Spence's. And we're going to collect some cattails. And then we'll get the forge going. How close are you to me? I don't want to have you trailing me the whole time. Come here. Ooh, okay. Little rusty. Let's patch that up. Didn't hurt us badly, but do need to use some antiseptic and some bandages. Okay. Take that arrow back. I don't want to skin him. I might get it. I will. You know what, though? I will get his meat. Let's just do it. Shouldn't take long. Probably gonna get cold. That's okay. We won't take a ton of cold damage. Okay, let's go. We're almost where we're going, so it doesn't matter. There's more reishi around here, tons of reishi around here. I mean, that is also a source of food, so if we get real desperate, we could drink a bunch of reishi tea. I don't want to do that, but we could. Dead animal over there, so probably a deer. Might be some meat there too, although sometimes it's just a kilo or two, but hey, it's a kilo or two. Take what you can get. Although maybe I was leaving that as a feather farm. It's right next to the forge. Okay, can I cross this? I bet I can. Oh, a couple of carcasses actually. Only two. There's probably a third one hanging around somewhere. There's usually at least 3 feathers. Might have been on his back hoof there. That's probably another deer. Okay, so I mean, I'll harvest those if I get desperate, but I would like to keep the feather farms here. This thing is pretty clunky. So I guess we'll start that fire basically as soon as we get there, because we need to warm up. But now that we have a bunch of wolf meat, we don't have to go collecting cattails, so it's fine. We'll just cook wolf meat. Tons of sticks over here too. I'll pop out and grab those once I warm up a little bit. Bet it would have been faster to just carry all this stuff. It would just bring me to 50 to 55. I could just walk. Oh, we have tons of coal here. Great. We don't even need it all, but we have it. Rather have it and not need it. We have tons of water, so we don't got to make that. Let's get this going. And can I use a mag lens in here? I can. So let's get it started. Let's take the charcoal first. 16, yeah. Can you come in here? I don't think he can come in here. No. He cannot. Kind of weird because it's an open area. Like, I feel like he should be able to come in here, but he can't. Easy way to deal with it anyway. I don't think they can climb up these planks and stuff, so you could just walk up them. Totally fine. But, yeah, for whatever reason, they just can't come in here. Alright. Forge number 2. Let's add some coal. Let's add some of this. Add some sticks. So this is going to get pretty hot. I need to add more coal, but I'm at 0. I would like to add sticks and stuff first to conserve a little bit of coal. Okay, a whole lot of nothing. Just double check down here. Okay, we got some cedar firewood. Have I done this? When was the last time I forged? Or where did I forge for the first time? Yeah, it had to be here, right? Day 15, it's pretty early, but why else would I come here? Yeah, alright. Oh, of course I was here. I have coal all over the ground. What am I talking about? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like there's no fuses or anything here, which I didn't expect there to be, but would have been nice, right? Okay. Keep warming up, please. Let's throw a little bit more of this conventional fuel in. Cedar, what's that get us? We were at 43? 49, so that gets us 6. And what's fur get us? It goes from 49 to 57, so 8. You can take this up to 80 degrees with conventional fuel. So let's go get some more sticks, because there were a ton of them over here. We'll load those on. That'll save us a little bit of coal. It'll save us 1 or 2 coal. We're going to go check up there, too. I don't think we've been up there. And see if there's any fuses or wires or anything. But we're going to do that after making some more arrows. Okay. Check over here, too. Let's check that. I think we've already checked it, but may as well. If you just go right up there, that's where the bunker is. Cool. Right up there. And nothing there. Sometimes there's a crate, sometimes there's a body. There's some planks if you want reclaimed wood. Harvest those. There's that wolf, just minding his own business, it's fine. We can cohabitate. Bunch of reishi back here too. Now I assume I've already got this safe, but since I'm coming back here anyway, I'm just gonna check. Oh yeah, this disappeared. Yeah, there was a disappearing safe glitch for a while. After one of the big updates. Buddy, I just finished saying how proud I was of us for being able to cohabitate. Okay, I'll take a scrap metal, sure. Alright, let's get things going. Take this. These, that. Oh, we do have 10 more sticks. 10 isn't gonna be the breaking point, though. 20 wood. We can put 13 on. Okay. That'll bring us to... No, that'll bring us to 70. What am I talking about? Whatever. It's fine. And now each of these will be 20. So it'll be 90, 110, 130, 150, and this should be 170, and I think that's what you need. I think you need 160. I don't think I've mapped this. Oh yeah, I got there in a cave once while looking for the bunker early on. The bunker's right here. Okay, so... should have thrown some meat on first. 44 minutes. Okay. And how long does it take to make an arrowhead? 1 hour? Fine. Let's eat this. Let's actually put this on. It'll make it cook faster, but it'll also make it burn slower. Doesn't matter. We're not going to have a problem either way. Okay. A couple more arrowheads. What do we got? We got 11 hours. That's fine. I could make new ones of those, though. I could. The spore isn't gonna blow out from the wind either. Not gotta worry about that. So we have made... sometimes I just like to wait for the drop. The music's really good. We've made 6 arrowheads. I want more than that. If I wanted to make these, was that 4 hours and 3 hours? I mean, I might. I might. I might make a hat, a knife. I don't know. But let's make more arrowheads. I want to have as many arrowheads as I'm gonna need. I need 15 scrap metal for Signal Void, though. And like I said before, I'll be able to find scrap metal, I'm sure. But if I don't have to, that's even better. Glad I left plenty of water here, too. That wolf was kind of a blessing in disguise. Okay, so what do we got? We got 10 arrowheads. I want more. Okay, so we have a bunch of wolf meat. Not as much food as I'd like, but hey, it's food. How long do we have in here? 8 hours? Well, does the temperature reach me over here? Doesn't look like it. So maybe what I'll do is let me make some water and see about crafting some simple arrows. Yeah, 1 hour, that's fine. Yeah, let's do that. I also need to make some fishing tip-ups eventually, but not right now. Okay. And we'll take that. Oh yeah, I forgot. Making arrows is going to increase my archery as well. Let's make another. Trying to do this while it's not too cold yet. That. I'm gonna make more arrowheads too, but I can do that in the night when I'm warm, right? This is a little bit cold. It's not that bad. It's only 1, but I imagine it's gonna get worse. Okay. Let me... What other fuel do I have? I have a lot more coal. Let me actually see how much coal I have. Yeah, I have plenty of coal. But I'd love to use other fuel if possible. Problem is, reclaimed wood is going to get me basically as much time as I use chopping it, which might be fine in the night just to keep it going, but it is not my first plan. Let's make... Am I making water right now? Yeah. Let's make 1 more arrow for now. Probably make the rest of them in the morning. Or maybe throughout the night, maybe we'll just ping back and forth like we've been doing. But I kind of want to go grab more sticks. How is my... archery doing? Oh, it's actually doing pretty well. That trapdoor is really in the worst possible spot. It's right in the way. Now what matters is the arrowheads, right? Because, I mean, I could make enough. I could make... If I made 4 more, I would run out of shafts. But doesn't matter. I can make shafts easily. I can get feathers easy. It's the arrowheads that requires this trip to the forge, so I can always bring home extra. That would be perfectly fine. Let's add some water, and let's take another hour to make a couple of arrowheads. Got plenty of wolf meat, tons of water. Yeah, see now I have 2 arrows down here. Yeah. So let's make this, but it's probably going to bring me all the way down to cold. Close. Close. Take that. Make more. What do we have? 515? Okay, let's experiment. Let's break this with our hatchet. We had about 513 probably by the time I oh, that was very fast. Actually, this is gonna be great. Yeah, alright. Let's take these. I want to keep this going through the night so I can make a bunch of arrowheads. And so I can sleep here, too. If need be. Let's take that. More water. Eat some wolf. I'm not going to get rid of these because I want to be able to get up there. Although I think you can sleep in this from here. No, you can't. You have to actually go above it. Let's drink some water. Make another arrow. Get cold. And then make some more arrowheads. Got a pretty good workflow going here, I think. Yeah. Make some arrowheads and we'll warm up while we do it. I think I'm just going to go all in on these arrowheads. Unless I want to make a knife. What is that, 3? But I have to decide when I have 18, because I want to keep 15. I mean, I might make another knife. Doesn't hurt to have a backup. Okay. Arrow. I do think I'm going to go to the bunker eventually during this trip, even if I don't sleep there, just to see if there's fuses or wires. Because that's very much the type of thing I would leave in a bunker. And just walk away and not even think about it. Okay, let's make more arrowheads. We're gonna sleep all day, I think. I think that's the path we're on. You see how useful those quality tools are. If you make them by hand, they take an hour and a half each. But if you use quality tools, they are 45 minutes. I think simple tools are like 1.12 or something. I forgot to put water on. Not a big deal. Almost forgot again. See, I probably should rest soon. While this is still going. Yeah, let's rest a little bit. Let's rip this up. Throw a little more wood in there. Throw some more sticks in here, just for some time. Need to drink some water. Plenty of that. Not a problem. No, wait, hold on. Let's eat first. Because that dehydrates you a bit. Doesn't matter. As soon as I had not 0, it's a little bit of a waste. But you should always eat first. Unless, of course, you're dying of thirst. 21 minutes on here? Let's make 2 more. Which I guess we're already past where I want it to be for, well, 1 hour is going to break. I think. We don't need another knife yet. We'll make that some other time. I'd rather have more arrows. That's what I want. Let's just pass the time. Okay, take it. Pick it up so don't forget later. Let's drop that. And let's... Is this going to count as a transition? I don't want to lose this. Let's move these. And pick this up. And we have 8 hours on here. I would love to sleep 10 hours, but that's just not what we have in our life. Let's break this down. Oh, accelerant, nice. Great. Eat. Drink water. Sleep. Now this is normally a pretty cold bed, but not when it's next to a forge. I mean, it feels like 64 right now. And it's not going to go out. It's not going to blow out. And it's going to last longer than 10 hours because it's cold out here, so... That time is actually a little bit deceptive. Still not that hungry. That's great. I don't think I'm at full health, right? Yeah, no, but I'm doing pretty well. Okay, yeah, we still have 5 hours on this, which is great. Let's... How many arrows do I actually have? I have 16 arrows right now. It's pretty damn good. Let's make a little bit more. Water on. It's night. We will need to go sleep in the bunker tonight, though. Like, pretty soon. Let's make... This is the last one. And then we'll spend the next few hours while this is still lit. Oh, cool, Aurora. We'll spend the next couple hours making a few more simple arrows. It's pretty cold, though. Probably should have alternated so that I could, you know, get cold doing this, warm up doing that. But it's fine. Okay. Is there anything I can cook? I guess I could cook these acorns, right? But they're only 7 minutes. Let's do it anyway. And we'll just... Yeah, there we go. And now we have that. Okay, so now... If I go to my crafting menu... Acorn grounds, right? 15 minutes? Okay, so here's the plan. I make more water. I'm keeping those 15 scrap. Gorgeous. And now that I'm warm, I'll make arrows. And then I will crush up those grounds next to the forge to warm back up. Take this. water, acorn grounds. Great. I could. It's tempting. I'm not gonna. More arrows, please. 5 archery is very powerful because you can shoot from crouched. So it makes hunting way simpler. I mean, it's not necessary, but it's a big quality of life improvement, in my opinion. I should have cooked those acorn grounds. Oh well, what else can I do? I should make some more cloth. I mean, some more bandages. I don't like to have only one. 3 is usually a bit excessive, but I like to have at least 2, so here we go. Make another arrow. I'm gonna be armed to the teeth to fight this cougar. Okay, need to warm up. Drink a little... Well, we're not gonna drink a little, actually. We're just gonna leave it alone for now. Let's grab that. I could make that. But I'd rather make this. And let me do another one, right? Okay. And then I can make water. And yeah, we'll use all these shafts. I don't want to take too much damage because I want to be able to heal all of it by morning. Let's take that. Let's... Where am I in the process? I thought I had some prepared acorns, didn't I? Yeah. So I can crush them now, can I? Oh, you need 4 acorns or 1 large portion, and I think 1 large portion only requires 3 acorns. Is that true? Nah, I think I'm making that up. Yeah, it's 4 regardless. Okay, well then let me make 1 more of those to warm up. Okay. And then let's add water. Let's make our last... Sip a little water. And we'll make our last arrow for the time being, but we have 8 arrowheads left. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage. Okay, let's eat. Not in a great position with food, but not in a terrible position either. Well, we have none, but we're very full, so it's okay. We'll drink water. Oh, I just burned it. That's a shame. Okay. It's an aurora, so this torch isn't actually going to do much for us if we have a problem. If we have an encounter, but whatever, it's fine. And how much water do we have? Way more than we need. Way more than we need. I don't think we really need the travois anymore. We'll use it again when we go back to those batteries. Let's take one of these. Okay. So now, we're going to head to the bunker, because that fire is going to die out, and then it's going to be very cold in that barn. If we had a bear roll, a bear skin bedroll, it might not be too bad, but we don't. It probably would still be pretty bad. So we'll just pop right up here. There's a nice warm bunker we can sleep in. It's no problem. Pick up some sticks on our way. I think we're pretty darn heavy right now, but that's okay. Not a big deal. So that was a really successful forge run. We had enough fuel to keep it going. We made exactly as many arrows as we could afford, right? We need to keep some of that scrap metal for Signal Void. But we used the rest of it just fine. I'm not going to harvest that deer. Not because the feather farm thing, although that is one thing to consider. But just because I'm right on the border of where I don't think I'm fully going to heal. And tomorrow probably isn't the day. I mean, next episode probably is, but tomorrow in game, I don't think is going to be the day that we fight the cougar. Because we want to repair that tower early in the morning. And because of the damage we have, we're probably going to sleep into the afternoon. So maybe what I'll do is just like collect cattails or something, and then sleep one more day, and then get everything done early in the morning. So tomorrow I'll have to make sure not to really take much damage. "22 arrows, that's better. Feeling pretty confident about that. That's a lot better than 6. And we can make, I think, 8 or 9 more if we make more arrow shafts and get some more feathers and stuff, which is fine. Okay, let's pop this real quick. See, look, we're very warm in here. It feels like 23. All right. Okay, do I have any fuses in here? I don't think so. I think there's probably a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, a whole lot of nothing. Ah, that's alright. Okay. Top off the water even though we don't need it, because we're not going to be able to sleep 10 hours anyway. I want to, but I just don't think that's gonna... I'd have to pass a bunch of time doing nothing. I don't really want to do that. So let's just sleep as long as we can. It won't be 10 hours. It probably won't even be 8 hours. It'll probably be like 6 something. And then we'll see where we're at. Okay. I mean, we recovered about half of our damage, and we do need to go get food. So, it's fine. We're at where we're at. Astrid, I think maybe you should close that. I think maybe leaving that wide open isn't like the best plan for survival. Alright, let's drink some water. Alright, so thanks for joining me this time. I'm going to leave it here. We had a really successful forge run. We made so many arrows. We have so many more arrowheads. Hopefully we don't have to make them again, but we probably will at some point. When we do that, we'll probably want to make a hatchet and a knife and all that stuff. So what we're going to do is, I think we're going to gather some food and really get ready. We're going to not take any damage. That's the hope. And get a bunch of food and get ready. And then, so that'll be in the next episode. And we will also, in that episode, we're going to go up to that tower and see if there's fuses. We might also check the nearby tower too while we're gathering stuff and see if there's any fuses over there. If there's not, then we just have to go somewhere else. We'll just go to Mountain Town. But if there is, then we'll repair that early in the morning, then head into Bleak Inlet and fight the cougar and get into our first bunker. All the other bunkers are going to be easier because none of the other bunkers have a cougar living on top of them. Right? All the other bunkers are not a problem. It's just this one. So, but we're armed to the teeth now. So hopefully we'll do all of that in the next episode. We're getting real close. I know I've been saying like, oh, a few episodes from now we'll do that, but really though, next time I think it's cougar time, or it's going to be real darn close. Anyway, thanks for joining me. And until next time, strive to survive. Have a good one. Bye-bye.